They tell you family is unconditional, that blood is thicker than anything, that no matter what happens, they will love you exactly the same. I believed that too, with my whole heart, until the day I got rich. Because the moment the money showed up, my family changed. Not all at once, slowly, quietly. A phone call here, a cold look there. And one by one, the people who share my last name showed me who they really were. This is the story of what money does to a family. Same blood, same history, same last name. But a very different kind of love once the number in my account changed. Let me take you back to when I had absolutely nothing. Back then, I was the family disappointment, the one who still hadn't figured it out yet. At every dinner, they would go around the table. They'd ask everyone about their jobs, their houses, their big plans. And then they'd get to me, and the whole table would go quiet. My uncle would smirk into his drink. My cousin would quickly change the subject to spare me. Because when you are broke, your family doesn't hate you. They pity you. And pity is its own special kind of cold. Eventually, I just stopped showing up to the gatherings. And here's the part that stung the most. Nobody really noticed. Nobody called to ask where I'd gone. I told myself it didn't matter. That they were just busy, that family love was still there, underneath. That when I finally made it, everything would feel different. And I was right about one thing. It did feel different. Just not in the way I used to dream about. Then, one day, it finally happened. Years of work paid off all at once. The money came in, real money, life-changing money. And here is the strange part. I didn't tell a single soul. I didn't post it. I didn't announce anything. But money has a smell. It always leaks out. A slightly newer car in the driveway, a better neighborhood, a photo somebody spotted online. And within a few short weeks, the entire family knew. That is exactly when my phone started ringing. Numbers I hadn't seen in years suddenly lit up my screen. And every single one of them was just checking in on me. The very first call was from my uncle. The same uncle who smirked at me across every single dinner. The one who told the whole family I would never amount to anything. And suddenly, he was my biggest supporter in the world. "I always knew you had it in you, kid," he said. "You know, you get that drive from my side of the family." He wanted to grab lunch, his treat, he insisted. He wanted to reconnect after all these years. And oh, he happened to have a small business idea he just knew I'd love. It took everything in me not to laugh into the phone, because I remembered every single joke at my expense. And now that same man was on the line calling me son. That is when I learned the first brutal rule of getting rich. When you have money, everyone suddenly remembers they believed in you. The exact people who counted you out become the loudest to claim you. But not everyone got warmer. Some of them got colder. My own brother, the one I grew up sharing a bedroom with, he went completely quiet. At first, I told myself he was just busy with his own life. Then, slowly, I realized the truth. He simply could not be happy for me. Every time we talked now, there was an edge in his voice. A little dig, a quiet jab. "Must be nice. Well, some of us still have to work for a living." I offered to help him out. He heard a deep insult. I stayed humble and normal. He heard me bragging. Nothing I did was ever right anymore. Because the problem was never actually the words I said. The problem was the gap between us. My success held up a mirror to his life, and he hated what he saw in it. And just like that, my biggest win quietly became his open wound. Nobody warns you that climbing up can cost you the people you grew up beside. And then came the asks. At first, they were small, almost sweet. A cousin needed a little help with rent. Just this one time, I promise. Then an aunt had a sudden medical thing come up. Then somebody's car broke down at the worst possible moment. Then a business that absolutely could not fail. And one by one, my family stopped seeing me as a person. They started seeing me as a bank. And here is the cruel trap in it. If you say yes, you are never, ever done. There is always another emergency around the corner. But if you say no, even one single time, now you're selfish. Now you forgot where you came from. Now you've changed. When I had zero, I owed them nothing, and they wanted nothing from me. Now that I had everything, somehow I owed them all of it. Money quietly turned my love into a line of credit, and they fully expected me to keep it open forever. And somewhere along the way, a new rule appeared that nobody voted on. Now I paid for everything. The family dinner, they'd all look at me when the check landed. The holidays, suddenly I was expected to cover the gifts for everyone. People ordered the most expensive thing on the menu because, hey, he's got it, don't worry about it. It stopped being a nice thing I chose to do, and it quietly became a bill I was expected to pay forever. Nobody said thank you anymore, they just expected it. Because once you're the rich one, generosity stops being a gift. It becomes your job. And behind my back, the talking never once stopped. I'd walk into a family room and feel it go silent. I'd hear the whispers cut off the second I turned around. The same relatives who smiled warmly to my face were counting my money in their group chats at night. He thinks he's better than all of us now. He never even offered me anything. All that money, and he's still so cheap. I had not changed one single thing about who I was. But when you have money, people stop judging you by your actions. They start judging you by whatever they've decided you owe them. And no matter how much you give in their version of the story, you will always be the villain who somehow had more. And the phrase I heard more than any other? You've changed. Here is the truth that nobody ever says out loud. I hadn't changed at all. I was still the same guy who got ignored at those dinners. Same jokes, same heart, same me. The only thing that had actually changed was them. But when a family can't admit they're treating you differently, they flip the whole thing around. They make it your fault. You've changed is just what people say. When they started treating you differently and don't want to feel guilty about it. And the moment I finally understood that, something shifted in me. I stopped defending myself. Because you can never win an argument with someone who needs you to be the bad guy. And then came the moment that truly broke something inside me. Someone I trusted. Someone with my own blood. They went behind my back. They took something that wasn't theirs. And they lied straight to my face about it. And when I finally found out, they didn't even apologize. They just shrugged and said I could afford it. Like the money somehow made the betrayal okay. Like being rich meant I couldn't be robbed by the people closest to me. That night, I sat alone in a house bigger than anywhere I'd ever lived, surrounded by every single thing I once dreamed of having. And I felt completely and totally alone. That is the part of wealth that nobody puts in the highlight reel. Sometimes, the higher you climb, the fewer people you can actually trust below you. But there was one person. There is almost always one. For me, it was my mother. When all the money came, she didn't ask for a single cent. No new car, no favors, no small business idea. She just asked me if I was eating enough, if I was getting any sleep, if I was actually happy. She treated the millionaire exactly the same as she treated the broke kid who couldn't figure his life out. And that is when it hit me. That is what real love actually looks like. It doesn't change when the number changes. It was never once about what I had. It was always only just about me. One person like that is worth more than 100 relatives who only ever show up when your account is full. So here is what money finally taught me about family. It didn't tear us apart. All it did was turn the lights on. All that wealth ever did was reveal what was already sitting there in the dark. The love that was real, and the love that was only ever rented. When I had zero, I thought my family just didn't care. When I got rich, I found out most of them cared about the money. Same blood, Same name, same me. The only thing that ever moved was the number. And the number showed me the truth I was too poor to see before. So, if you ever make it, watch closely. Watch who truly celebrates you and who quietly resents you. Watch who asks how you're doing before they ask what you can do for them. Because money doesn't build you a new family. It just shows you which one you had all along. And the ones who loved you back at zero, hold them close, protect them with everything. Because when you finally have it all, they will be the only family that was ever really yours.